Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Pastor Druski's continuing campaign in Heroes of Might and Magic, Olden Era. I like to play family-friendly games, have good, clean fun, and today we're really going to try to showcase what we're saying to be is the most OP build in the game. And I don't say that lightly, but I am playing the Grove, and this can be done really with any might hero on the Grove. However, there is one or two that I think would be best just because if they already have one of the associated skills. Hello Uno, good to have you. But what we're doing is essentially we are capitalizing with the Fortune's Favored ability. Now I'm going to highlight a Grove hero that doesn't already have it so that we can kind of take a look here. You have Wellspring of Vigor, generates maximum focus charges at the beginning of each round. There is nothing wrong with that. That is actually quite powerful, especially if you want to use your minions' abilities and things. Very strong, and in fact, you can get with the Grove, if you're not aware, you can get an extra maximum focus charge. So you can have like 4. That's a lot of focus, but that's not our focus for the stream. Instead, we're focused on Fortune's Favored, where friendly creatures have their max possible luck and will always, in bold, always land a lucky strike when attacking. And so that's what we currently have on both our main hero and kind of our secondary support carry hero. And the deal is, is that it's not just the Lucky Strike. Now, Lucky Strike, maybe chat can correct me or you tell me in the comments below, but it's either 150 or 200% on the damage increase with the Lucky Strike. But as the Grove, we don't stop there. So each point in luck is about a 6% chance for the Lucky Strike, but we can ignore the strike chance entirely because we're guaranteeing it at this point. But with the Grove, you actually have some other ways to help out. One of those ways, and I can't even click the laws, there we go, is pretty easily accessible here on the tier 2 on your laws is Nature's Wildness, where friendly creatures deal 50% more damage with Lucky Strike. So you're already boosting that double damage, that 200% damage to 250. But we don't stop there, because on your way to get said ability, you need to have these 5 skills. And maybe they're skills that you're wanting, maybe they're not ones you're wanting. Like, I don't know if I really like diplomacy in this version of the game because you have to pay so much gold and I'm always out of gold. But the primal magic that is required for the Fortune's Favored, when you hit Expert, you can pick Chaos Reigns. And Chaos Reigns gives your hero and friendly creatures 50% more damage with Lucky Strikes. So we just went from 250 to 300%. However, this bonus is doubled if the hero knows Battle Magic. Now, the old Pilgrim here actually started with Battle Magic. I didn't even plan this. It was just an amazing coincidence. And so as a result of starting with Battle Magic, having it, we just bumped that up to 350%. And remember, this is every hit. It's 1.5 times. Okay, thank you. But let's knock our numbers down from the 200 starter down to 150. And so now we're at what? 300% instead of 350? Thank you, Mumbo, for the correction. So 300% damage every hit, because it's guaranteed to happen. Every hit, 300% damage. But we're not done there, because don't forget, we have offense as part of this as well, so you're getting that extra damage from offense. It's a percentage increase. Personally, since I really like my tier 1 units and you get a lot of them, I like to increase the long range damage and the base damage by +1, so you're increasing the base amount to be multiplied, all these wonderful things. But the real kicker, not only are we getting 300% damage every single attack, and not only, you might notice we got lucky with some of our equipment. We have yet to actually get the final piece of the Living Arrows set, but we have eliminated the range damage penalty, so we get the full damage every shot. And we've also been picked up the leadership skill as kind of a luxury choice in order to get the extra morale, so that we can hopefully get the double turns, double shots more often. And if we do get this set, it's going to give us double shot with our ranged attacks, which means the archers will shoot twice and then get morale and shoot 2 more times, and all 4 of those shots are getting the 300%. But not only that, since luck is required for this build, when you are picking that luck, don't miss getting the lucky hit on the expert level, because when friendly creatures land a lucky strike, the enemy does not counterattack. This build not only is guaranteeing an extra 300% damage every single time that you can guarantee pretty much every single time, as long as you've gotten the base skills to get this ability, you've already gotten these ability, it's already guaranteed 300%. You have also guaranteed no more counterattacks against you for the rest of the game. For the rest of the game, no more counterattacks against you. I don't see any other hero elite skill set. I don't care if it's plus 100%. We've already beaten that. I don't care if it's your spells cost 0 mana. We don't need spells because we've already one-shot everything. Like, I don't see anything coming anywhere close. And that's just me. But to me, that's the most OP, and we're just going to keep running with that today. We're just going to keep running. All right, so this turn, I've already teleported my hero back, but then we had to go. And so the reason why I teleport back is we had some guys here to contend with. But I do have 100,000 sitting around. Let's go see if there's anything left to loot, and then maybe we'll recruit more guys just for, for good measure. Because that's what we got to do. We got to do all this recruiting all the time. I don't know if this has been defeated yet. I don't know if I really care if it's been defeated yet. Go back and recruit these. A lot of this is just mopping up things. Already visited that. This is not, these have not been visited. I'm not gonna worry about the second one. Oh, that has been visited by the AI who I kicked out of here. That's right. I did not. Oh, there's the autocalc. There's the autocalc. Okay. There's the autocalc. All right, and you are hanging out in here. Skip you for now. I'll just click to you a second time. You are recruiting things. I can't fit you. I was just clearing it out. That's right. You're just going through, finishing up, mopping up the homeland because it took me so very long to do. But I think we finally managed to just about get there. I need to go up and get this one. What's the difficulty level? We are on the second highest difficulty level. So I've played several runs on the hardest difficulty and got absolutely stomped. This is the second hardest difficulty, and so we're stomping them. I kind of am wondering if there's a way to tweak some of the other stats to get a little bit harder than this, but without quite going so far as the max. Because the unfair maximum difficulty where the AI uses impossible means to win, like it does. So not bad. I will pick up 109 more archers. And are these the ones I'm carrying too? It is, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I'll just spend 60,000 and grab all that. Okay. Not bad. Get more? More? Okay, yep, it's more. I can't get these, I don't have room, but we can buy another 50 of these. All right. And attack. Still not getting the thing we're looking for. This character has permanent flight, by the way, in case you're wondering what's going on here. Is this, Mike asks, is this better than Heroes of Might Magic 3? I would say, if you were to play as a modern audience and go and play Heroes of Might Magic 3, maybe even the HD version, yes, this is better. If you were to pick both of them up today. If we were to travel back 20 years and play Heroes 3 in its prime, with all of the other games of that day, right? Like that, it's kind of stood higher than all the other of its peers, right? There was more content because it did have some expansions, so there was that as well. But it's scratching all those. You're gonna have to overcome the full nostalgia of the actual Heroes 3 game. As far as a game with a little bit more depth, yeah, I think it's got a little bit more depth. I'm waiting to see like the full complete version. Are we gonna get like the Grail and all of that? How's the campaign gonna play out? Are we gonna get more factions as time goes on? Maybe with expansions and whatnot. So it's really tough to say, is it better? Is it better? It's a better user experience. You can play simultaneous turns, and that was my main thing, is to play multiplayer. That alone makes it better as far as an experience. Playing simultaneous turns is so much better. But is it better than, you know, what Heroes was and what it represented at its prime? That's hard to say. It's hard to say. See, Cetra is saying, one thing to consider, Heroes was always with fights where you'd fight against like 9,900 Azure Giants. So fight against enemies that can one-shot you as an established tactic in the game. They can counter you. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But if we're looking at like what single ability is the best, I think this is the best ability, right? Like none of these other ones come close to what we just described. Like, yeah, I could cast a spell for free, but I could also just have 600 mana and not worry about it. You know, like there is, and I think I'm trying to get her leveled up. Wherever is no, it's a hive hero. There is one that gives you like 200% creature growth. That's amazing, but it's not really in the same category because we're trying to talk about like combat. You know, as far as an actual, it's just ability here, like you can make somebody have unlucky strike, but that's still not going to be the same as being able to do more and more percentage damage, because you're not, once it's unlucky, you're not going to keep going more unlucky. Whereas with the lucky strike, I've got several things that are adding the damage multiplier on top and the anti-counter strike, counterattack. So like I feel like this is a similar idea with the Harbinger of Doom, but it's not as good. It's good, but it's not as good. You remember playing Hot Seat multiplayer Heroes 3 with your brother? Yeah, me too. Played that with my buddies. We spent like a whole summer doing that. Good memories, and that's what I'm kind of getting at. It's hard to get past those sorts of nostalgic memories, because it's hard to overcome that, right? Like that's the appeal of classic Heroes 3. If you were to actually put one game against the other game, this probably would come up ahead, because it does have a lot of user, without ruining the gameplay to make it all streamline everything. It does have much more improved experience, and the biggest one I would point to would be simultaneous turns. But you never know. Like the fact that you can do simultaneous turns does perhaps take away from the fact that you had to sit hot seat with your brother, or your sibling, or your friend, and you had to actually like be patient and talk and interact with your friend. Like, you know, it's kind of the effect of, do you guys remember World of Warcraft when it made the dungeon finder, right? It definitely made life easier, but you lost the social element. And it made the game worse. And so it's kind of like, it might be like that when you lose out on all of the hot seat. Yeah, we did pick this up, didn't we? All right, I don't know how many more of these I really want to run around. I think I've recruited most of the easy ones to pick up. Oh, there's one. We got 10 heroes, by the way, so it does take a minute to get everything. Make alchemy dust, but we've been spending a bunch lately. I do wish that they would tell you after you visited these, that it would be able to review and see what those are. I need to pick that up. What's in the universities? Because I got a ton of universities and the owl bases too, and I have no idea what each one is. The map's so huge. you can go pick these ones up. My hero was full. I couldn't pick up those other ones. Yep. Oh, you can't do the spell. Okay, that's all the recruitment I'm going to do. Am I really done moving you? Ran out of things that I knew where to go to. Oh, right. You were clearing out those things, and there's this one over here. So why don't you... Over here? I can't. This is where everyone's piling up. Did we fight yellow? No, I was still taking the same turn. Oh yeah, we got plenty. I don't think I can cast it twice yet, though. Man. Ooh. I can only afford 130 of them, but I could drop 97 of those. Is it? No. Because I've got 130 sitting around waiting to be hired, I'm sure. Can't fit you. I just at least got the base marked. So we can start recruiting those as well. Okay. Hello, Mookie. Good to see ya. Speaking of fighting yellow, Mookie's name tag is yellow. So we have summoned him. Blue is back, trying to reclaim their castle. We got to fight yellow first, though. We're going to get into that juggling match of trying to fight on multiple fronts, which is why it was so important that we got all the town portal and mobility things. Oh, we just lost our first town. Necromancy town. Them's fighting words. Let's see. Do I have? It's day 7. We're about to recruit everything again. So we actually are gonna have to go do all this again. You, this town, because I want to see if we have any. And while I'm there, I'm just gonna go ahead and click these because I don't want to accidentally recruit the wrong one when I move on. But I can, since I'm home, I can recruit more guys if there are more available. Literally takes all 7 days to recruit all. There's a little bit here. Here we go. Here's the pretty full town. It's the whale. Wheeled? Wheeled. Every time you load a save game, all these reset. Okay, I think that's all of those. Okay, so I got like 2 towns worth. 1.5. 1.5. Which is the cost for all the. Oh, we can just basically get the 1. Okay. Fair enough. Although I don't have to get the. Go back here. Go here. Go here. Teleport. Wrong guy. Okay, let's try that again. This is full now. Go here. Okay, now you go here. Teleport. And I'm not going to click the recruit all because I don't actually want the unicorns. I don't know what they're called. They were unicorns in the olden version. Okay, still got 20,000, so let's go. I think it was this one. Yep, it was. Grab these and some of those. Okay. Then back home. Hey, Arnold, good to see you. We did lend... Yeah, Uno's right. We just lent it to the enemy. Honestly, I just needed to rearrange this so you could have, like... Before, it was just a blight on my hero list, or my town list here. It was just in the way. Now, we have it just how we want it. Alright, so we're going to do our flight. We're going to take our mobility loss here and start walking. Get going here. Whoa! 280 archers! Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I don't know if we'll actually do better or not, but we're going to try to do better. Now, I think I still have my... Yeah, so no spells can be cast first round, which means... Do I dare put all these things in a corner? We lost a ton of guys because I did this before. Maybe I don't put them all together like that. Maybe we learn from our mistakes. Maybe. I mean, it seems kind of unlike me, but still. There's a rock here. What is it? Hey, why are you going first? That's why I lost so many, isn't it? 13,000 lucky strike. Okay, no spells. Yeah. He just had enough speed to attack there, didn't he? And this doesn't end turn. I can do the same. This is what's coming up next. Both of those are coming up next. And then we get our archers, so then we'll attack the other ones. So we'll take these out. 35,000. Okay, where's the archer in the turn order there? Did it already go? Oh no, it's the 98 right there. I just was blind. Yeah. 18,000. Let's throw a swarm of bees. Now it says 64, but instead we're gonna kill all of them. Lost 8 birds. Should have actually looked at the turn order again and done that one. $18,000. Okay. We lost some birds. I don't like that, but it did... we kept our archers, most of them. I don't like that either. I was not expecting him to go first at all. Oops. Look through those. Now I have to do this. Okay. We got the Dragon Skill Shield. I now have all 8 of the Dragon Father, and I'm just going to give it to somebody else. Yeah, friendly creatures have initiative. That would have been helpful a second ago. Team Magic, Scouting, Battlecraft, Thaumaturgy. What's the archery set called? Living Arrows. Living Arrows, and it's a chest piece with flowers on the shoulders, I believe. So it wasn't any of these. I think that's a chest piece. If you can see it better than I. I think I've got the Chosen set there as well. Friendly creatures deal max damage. I got those things floating around. We've got all the sets. There's just not the one we're looking for. 2 initiative. If we drop the rest of the dragon set, like that actually wouldn't be too bad. The 2 initiative would be preventing what just happened where we lost 50 guys. keep that in mind. Cyclops King, Vortex Robe. Still need to trade that. I have another guy nearby and I didn't trade it. And yes, and then upgrade it. Correct. Didn't he have another hero? Yeah, there it is. There it is. I can't get there, can I? Or maybe I can. That's acceptable. Scrolls. Recognize that. Oh. Oh, I should recognize that. I have 4 of them. I mean, it's so far down the list. How could I be expected to recognize that? Okay, so now we've got this to remember too. Like that's potentially a teleport into my side of the land, and then we also have blue coming up here. So we're gonna town portal, but where? Let's go to blue's side. It's this one. Hang out there. And you. Nope. Walk here. Stay. Yeah, we'll get to it eventually. Okay, any other things to do this week? Already visited. This week. Visited. This week. Oh yeah, I got heroes all over the place here. I'm going to save his movement for a second because we might merge some of those. It's not a real army at all. I'm just going to hang out there because I'm out of money. Just pick those up. Again, it's a new week, so we might hang back over here. Pick up stuff tomorrow. Room to pick things up. Tomorrow we'll have room to pick those up. Got it. You do have economy now. Right. Get that. Spell, okay. Get it. Trying to not be anywhere near the hero, because I think they're going to teleport over the wall. We're going to wait. Wait. You might as well wait, right? You're gonna wait. Got that last one. So this is our home. Our home zone is taken, but right now you're actually. I'd like to have a second army. I guess I could go fight that. I'd like to have a second army who could defend the home, so I don't have to teleport back and forth. Okay, I think we're leaving everyone else. You have 2 guys close to each other. I don't really need them to be that close. Now they'll just go different directions. And I think all my buildings have been built. Yeah, we might do mage guilds at some point. Not a huge deal. Then next turn we want to also check for artifacts. Everyone else is pretty much built too. All right. 1,000 archers with 100% crit. Seems like a good strategy. What do you mean 0% arrows, Uno? I don't need that kind of negativity here. And it's not just crit. It's like a crit of a crit, right? Because we're doing 300%, not 150. And if we can get that artifact, then we do it twice. And no counterattacks. Just another week, it says. Yellow did not teleport over, but we do have another yellow hero. Big numbers, but those are smaller units. There's my castle. Probably reach that again. Let's check. One of these would be nice. Another Excalibur. I've got Excalibur. I've already got to one. Extra move points. That skull, we actually could make another set with that. We get 4,000 gold a day. That's 5,000 total. I am going to grab that. Which town is this? Vale of Gales. Vale of Gales. Get like a 5th Fallen Angel wing. And don't forget, we have to spend our alchemy dust on the eggs that we got. Remember? The eggs! Christian, hello! Where are we in the run? So, we're at the steamrolling point. Kind of more of a mop-up point. Like, I haven't had a serious battle in some time. There it is. There it is. Friendly creatures can still use ranged attacks when adjacent to enemy creatures. We don't care because it's going to give us ranged shots get double shot. Ranged attacks get double shot. Here it is. At Boreath. And we're about to spend a bunch of these on Phoenix. Okay, done. Curiosity, what else was around? Shamanistic Soul. I think that was one we were missing to finish that set. Not that we're worried about making any other sets. Get another set of these just for the other hero. Another Excalibur. I do really like the global map spells cost 0. All the sub skills of luck and economy, like that's really nice too. The moth. Okay. We need to re-equip our hero, but we also, before I forget, I need to find who was my other person carrying, and I think, was it you? Got one. You're carrying just random stuff. I don't know what you're carrying. You've got your free spells though. You have apparently I am building another set of this. So you also have free spells, mana pool. You need to actually decide what you're equipping. And then you've got the first set of these. Who's got the next set? You do. Where are you? Recruiting things. You are only level 3. You don't have Town Portal. I have to send somebody else to get that for you. Or I could go here. No, well, I could do that. What is this? lot. I need the gold for troops right now. Belt. Upgrade it to 2,000, I think. And now you've got the set, so we got the 4. Okay. Good stuff. All right. Need to do some recruiting. Done. We're out of money. Do we send the secondary hero to go fight this? Might actually take losses. I guess since this guy hasn't... Like, he's already teleporting around. He hasn't actually tried to move forward. Need somebody up here. How about our guy that we just... No, is our... This guy. Here. Why don't you leave those behind? Why don't you go up to here where our other guy is? That's why I can feel good about having him wander off. And he's going to go pick this up first, because I'm greedy. Revisit. Did I out of town portals. Ah! It looked like an undead city. Okay. Wrong town. I'm going to get what little extra gold I can, because we're sending a secondary hero now to do that job. Not going anywhere now. This is so hard. I wanted to go get like the gold here and the gems. Whatever else. Maxed out. No, you're not maxed out. Like that. Alright, you gotta move. That to go get too. Okay, well that was some little bit things. I don't know if there's much more to go get. We can get this. But we're gonna want to do a bunch of recruiting, and it's got to stay on the back burner because you're gonna grab these archers. Keep going. That city. Now I don't actually know what this will look like. Not bad. Not bad at all. Terrain penalty. I mean, this one's already flying, but I think I've already got a Drum of War. Give that to somebody else. I think we've already got a Drum of War. In fact, I should upgrade that. And I need to... There's so many artifacts. So many. I already have that mine. I just didn't get the gold next to it. I had priorities, you know, I was busy. Things to do. Alright, we still don't have any gold, but I can click these. Boom, boom. Troglodytes have survived. They have lived this long, they shall continue. I think you're just gonna go over here and sit. And same deal. We just gotta wait till we have some money. Everyone's sitting around. Ding. Okay. And do you need to stay here? Because I could start going places. We're only missing 40 mana. Ooh, grab that. Increases, I don't know if we're ever going to cast any, but all daylight spells of my whole faction gets increased by 1 with that. That's really good. I was going to get somebody up here. Yeah, somebody else is coming up here, so. Someday, someone else will be here. Pretty sure that's taken. Entrance is on that right side. Almost making 100,000 a turn. Almost. combat levels am nice. I should be able to cast my basic movement thing. Yeah. 60. So get some mana so I can cast those spells. One or two of those, I think. Shiny. Ooh. So many goodies. Can't get to that. I'm flying though. It says it's an easy battle. Nice. Because I am trying to get to where she can do spells cost 0, because why not? They lose one to their levels. They don't get. They might not get the cast to all things that shenanigans that they do. Okay, moving on. Can't really recruit the Phoenixes because they're unupgraded. Are you always flying? Yeah, you're always flying. I'm used to the Coliseum being a attack bonus. Heroes 3. Really just trying to explore the map. lot of these. See, it doesn't tell me already visited. Oh, now it does. But it didn't tell me initially because it wasn't me. It was the AI that had already visited. We do need to get that troglodyte. Oh, I can't dimension door. On. Shall we go get ourselves another hero? Three of my archers. Should get a level. Yeah, I get a level up. These towns. Kind of nice. Another one of the moths. Think get this. Something super vital. But this road likely leads to the center. And I think this road's the one that's going to go to the next town. The way this map has been playing out. So I think we're going to go, like, return. I think I already picked this up, but I'm going to... Okay. Can we get more levels on this? That's maxed out. We need to max out the town portal. Then we'll start figuring out the new ones, and I don't know how either of those work. Whoa! Whoa! We're surrounded! Oh my goodness! Ah! Alright. Today we feast! Alright, what is this? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Some numbers there, but still easy peasy. Alright. Losing 2 days. That's probably blue. That's why he's rushing for the town. You know why we're losing 290 of these, right? It's because of this guy. This guy... the AI is calculating like my Phoenix has killed this thing, and it turned around and got those. But I'd rather it be those than my Archer, so I'm going to let it slide. These things are miserable. Oh, you know what else we haven't done? We haven't actually equipped the cool new item that we got. I was so excited about it. And then that does mean we have to like... Oh, this is the back. Interesting. It's a cloak. Level it up. Okay, so we've got our 3 set. Now we get the double shot, but we also lose the 5 set of the dragon armor. And with that in mind, I'm going to drop get the initiative here. Keep the 3 set for the attributes, but is there something else that we really want to have? Because at this point, I've got a helm, a chest, and a ring that I could swap out for, and I could potentially add on stuff from Angelic Alliance and get the... I don't think we could get 6 set. We could get the 3 set, but we're not really doing other factions. I could. I got all these towns, but it doesn't matter at this point. I don't want to mess with the towns. So I don't care about Angelic Alliance. In fact, these are just stats if we have something with better stats, which I'm sure we might. All tier 5 spells, but I don't really care about spells. In fact, we're disabling the first round of spells. Using that. Cooldown reduced. Leveled all your spells. Diplomacy. Minus initiative. Given that we just added 2, like that should really guarantee that we go first every time. I could technically add the Dragon Scale shield and belt. I'm assuming I have the belt floating around. Maybe I don't have the belt. If I did, we could get back to 5-piece. And what's nice about the 5-piece is we're immune to all negative effects, so they can't slow me or anything. I would lose out on the 2 to all stats, 3 to all stats with the upgrades, because we really should do that, and then 3 all stats here. But the shield is 4 to attack and defense, so we get a lot of that back. I bet that would be worth it if I have the belt. Do I? Ring. You know what? I bet the belt is on my other character because I started doing the dragon stuff over there. No? This belt, which is a good belt. I don't think I have the belt. It's wild. It's probably one of my artifact places right now, but it's not a big deal. These things have unlimited upgrades, so I could just spam that. Okay, well, we've got our double shots. Did he flee? Two-shot, good to see you. Good evening from the UK, you say? Well, evening from the Midwest US. Guess he fled. I'm flying. Yeah, that wasn't a battle, so I guess they... I already attacked them. They did. Another one of the... Does this go up by another spell? Hold on. My daylight spells are all... They're all level 4 already. So I guess that doesn't matter. Stay here for a turn. Get my mana. Still, we're only down 60. And that belt? Several of the moths. We've gotten a good amount of money off those things. It's a different belt. And I know I have the bow. I could potentially pick up this quiver and just get another set going. This is good. Oh. All right. Moving on. Could have done that first. Where are you going? You did that one. Units. Already recruiting random units, thank you very much. Did that quite well on my own. You're always flying. Feeling like there'd be another town somewhere. I could grab this. 'Cause we need more of those beetles. Oh. My entire stack of those? It's just so I can split these, right? I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, there's a town, right? Yellow town, in fact. Battle. Oh. Why is that blocked? Hold on. Done. I think it wasn't blocked, it's just I hadn't discovered the pathway. Pretty sure that's already cleared. Got a couple of beetles I need to trade off. Okay, is this guy my guy for? You just need to go back to this level. Hey Cardoa, what difficulty? We're on the second hardest. So the hardest we've played several runs with, and I would be willing to give it another try. But like week 1, they showed up with a stack of tier 7s on week 1. I was like, that's pretty tough. Pretty tough. So we're on the second hardest. And honestly, I wish there was one a notch higher than this, but below that hardest one. Because we're on steamroll mode now, and I'm just trying to mop things up. Still trying to like play the game and mop things up, because if you're not careful, the AI, they get so many heroes and spread out and fill so many things. Like I still need to do the things, push the buttons, but I'm trying to speed it up a little, and I'm not good at that. Shiny objects. Fly, cannot fly. It's tough indeed. Yeah, you're finding that the hardest difficulty is coming down to that first fight versus the AI enemy trying to min-max. Yes, 100%. It's that very first fight. And that first fight is never in your favor. And it's very much against you, right? Like, the maps change the tone of it. Like, this is the map that I've found so far that is the richest. As in the most resources to be had, so you can have the most stuff, but so can the AI. And if they happen to pick you out of the 7 other targets, they're gonna get you. It's just a probability thing. Are they gonna roll your direction, or are they gonna turn the other way? Go to your neighbor. So we need to take this corner. To say we did. I need to get these. "17 towns. What do I like with the Grove? You tried to play it a little bit, but you don't like them much. I will tell you, Cardella. Stay a while and listen. The Grove, in my opinion, has the most OP combo in the game. It's not easy. It's relatively easy to get, but you're relying on RNG. And that makes it not always easy, because you might just not get it. But it's very easy in the scope of things that are RNG. This is pretty straightforward. Okay, what's the deal? It's not necessarily the unit roster. I feel like the Temple has a stronger unit roster. Because their tier 7 is a ranged unit. I like their tier 6 a lot better. And just in general. I feel like the Temple has a better unit roster. So it's not the units alone. Now, it does have strong ranged, and I like ranged. So having your tier 1, which is usually your most numerous, being ranged is great. And being able to give them sharpshooter is great. So we're comparable with the sharpshooter variant of the archer, the tier 2 archer on the Temple. Though the Temple can get the double shot, which is, it's pretty great. Let's all agree on that too. But still, this is tier 1. You can get more of them. There's more items and skills that will give you more things of tier 1. You can get a lot of these guys. Okay, so you got that. This is another ranged unit. Kind of ho-hum on this one, but it's a ranged unit. And then I'll give the Herbomancer a 50-50 on the range thing, because he's long reach, and he's got the bees, which is a fun thing too. And he's got some nice support stuff. And yes, there's the upgraded version. So he's kind of a ranged, especially because you can upgrade him to where this only costs 1 ability points, and you can always guarantee to have, like, you start your match with 3 because you're the Grove. So you can kind of use them. But this is not why. It's just, it's manageable. It's acceptable. It's fine. It's a roster that will be sufficient to do what we need it to do. It's not the reason why we're doing what we needed to do. So let's move on. We've got a roster that will do what we need it to do. The real reason why this is the most OP in the game is the Might Heroes. And I'm going to pick one that is not leveled. Are you even my faction? You're not my faction. You're my faction. Okay, the Might Heroes. You have a choice. The Wellspring of Vigor generates maximum focus charges at the beginning of each round, or Fortune's Favored. Might or might not. Fortune's Favored, friendly creatures have their maximum possible luck and will always land a lucky strike when attacking. Now you might say, wow, focus charges, that's a lot. I can do a lot with focus charges, and you would be right, but it's not the OP one. It's the Fortune's Favored. Always land a lucky strike. Always land a lucky strike. This is insane. Because lucky strikes are 150% damage, right? Well, now you just upgraded everything by 50% more damage, right? Like you just got 50% improvement to everything on your damage, but we don't stop there because you're the Grove. And as the Grove, one of your laws, early laws, you can get an additional 50% more damage with your lucky strikes, which are guaranteed. So there's another 50% more damage to everything. So now you're at 200% damage, but we're not done. Because since you're the Grove and you were getting that skill set, we're going to jump to my main guy now and look at his. Since we're getting the skill set, while we're getting our 50% damage, you're getting, required with this is offense. And of course, that's going to scale damage as well, right? So it's 25% damage. So, you could get that on anybody, though. Long range, +1 damage because we got a whole bunch. I got like 1,000 of these archers. But in addition, the Primal Magic, which is required. Primal Magic's required. It has a specialty where the hero and friendly creatures deal 50% more damage with lucky strikes. So now we're at 250% damage. But wait, there's more, because this bonus is doubled if the hero knows Battle Magic. Guess what I know? Battle Magic. So now we're at 300% lucky strike. But wait, there's more. Because over on the luck, which is required for your Fortune's Favored, you can get Lucky Hit when you land a lucky strike, which is every time the enemy does not counterattack. Meaning, every single shot I make is 300% damage, not 150%, but 300% damage, and there are 0 counterattacks happening ever again. Along with, and I'm just trying to capitalize on this, so I stacked morale so I can get extra turns. And we just got our Living Arrows set, so range damage penalty is gone, and double shot. So my archers hit twice at 300%, and then if we're lucky enough for morale, we get to hit twice more at 300%. And of course, I split the stack, so I can do that instead of 4 times, we're doing that 8 times. And then I've got another, whatever the tier 4 here is, so, more. It's 12 times. There's nothing like this. And there's no counterattacks. Even just my regular dudes just wander around. I can just fly my Phoenix up there, nuke the whole front row, and not take a counterattack from it. It's just wild. And so from that point, I'm trying to buff up the base damage so friendly creatures get damage. I'm paranoid about spells because if the enemy goes early in the round, they can cast a spell and kill a bunch of my tier 1s, which happened earlier. I lost 300 of these guys. So no spells. I don't need them to kill you, and you need them to kill me, so let's just not do spells. Increase my initiative, so I make sure my guys go first, that sort of thing. I'm just trying to maximize this stuff. All right? So, but yeah. Friendly creatures have more hit points. Again, I'm capitalizing on low hit point mass units, so increasing their total hit points, increasing their damage, we're just scaling that. So I have not found an elite skill, which I think that's what these are all called, elite skills. I've not found an elite skill of any faction that comes anywhere close. I did use all my second wind. Thought I still had. Ooh. I don't think we've met with Teal yet. Sounds like it's well-rounded. I mean, you still have the problem of another side could also do a big one-shot against you, right? This is all-out glass cannon is what I'm doing. But if I can manage to get my initiative high, like with stuff like this, and I go first, then I get you and you can't get me. I don't know how this would play out in PvP, because to get this, you need to have maxed out 5 of those. 5 skills, and that's a lot. That's a big ask. You might not get it at all in PvP, and then where are you? So is this something that's always the best choice? I don't know. I wouldn't go necessarily that far. If you are playing on a rich, large map where you have the luxury of time, like this map, I don't think anything will beat it. But this is not always the scenario. So, but I'm having a great time with it. It's just a lot of fun to always land crits. Like there's a lot to like about that. And I know a lot of people are going to be thinking about what's best for PvP. So I do think critical hits in PvP, having not really played much PvP, I do think stuff like that where you do burst damage, take them out quickly, is always good. You don't want to give them time to cast those spells and to maneuver in such a way that will surprise you. You want to be the one doing the surprising. So the burst damage, I think, is good. The question is, will it be before they do theirs? And that, I just don't know. I don't know what all of the builds are. I just know that this one is one I like and I've stumbled on, and I haven't tried all of them. But I do feel like this one is one that, against the AI, it's absolutely great, and I think it has promise. A single 3 focus ability on some of the crazy high-end units can bleed you bad of tier 1. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, because I'm relying on these tier 1s, which, again, that's why I'm trying to help out a little bit, trying to get them the extra health and things. This is going to do more on tier 1 units than a tier 7 unit. 3 health, it won't matter when you got 300. But when you got 10, it's a big deal. You're not wrong. Like that, I'm trying to mitigate that, but my best mitigation is, my best defense is still a good offense, and that's why I'm doing the initiative, and I'm actually thinking about, I've got a helmet here that lowers, minus initiative to enemies. And so I'm thinking about continuing to do that, and I could even upgrade that for -2 initiative to enemies. That might even just be worth it, and we just dump the rest of our dragon set here. So if I can just manipulate it to where I go first, then that will give it to us. But that's to get all of these, like, the set doesn't require the artifacts. But if we're talking like the perfect build, that's a lot of artifacts. The build that I'm talking about is skill based alone. You could have augment it with whatever, and the skills, as far as like just elite skills, I don't think there's a better elite skill. Is it reasonable in a 2v2 match or 1v1 match, 2-player 1v1 match, to even get an elite skill in the first place? I think the game's probably going to be over before you get one. I don't think that this is going to be plausible in a fast-paced tournament or 1v1. You're just not going to get it. It just takes too long to get. So, or you might not roll the right skills. But if you do have a mid-range map or longer, I think it's viable, and I think it's really strong. I need to cast my flight. Hello. Let's claim this on the way. Do you have plus something to my heroes? No, I guess you don't. You had a funny thing happening with the Hive faction. You had a lot of initiative, and your whole army was in the middle of the battleground on turn 1. It was pretty satisfying. Yeah, so if you have if you do something like that, we have a lot of initiative, and you stack like tactics where you can actually start in the middle, or you just stack speed. There's actually a hero that gives you like extra speed, I think. Yeah, because you have no range with the Hive faction, you've got to get initiative, you got to get speed, and then you got to outmaneuver. There is one hero that has like a special version of blink, and you can blink the enemy units towards you, and you can blink their archer towards you, and then nuke it down with your melee. That's OP. So keep your eyes open when you're playing Hive. Keep your eyes open for that. That, and there's another hero that gives you speed. Those are like my two favorites on Hive. I don't like Hive, but if I'm going to play it, I'll look for those. All right, now I might need to figure out Pocket Dimension and Gate of Light. Like, I've maxed out everything else. Let's figure this out. This creates an entrance to a foothold on an adjacent space that lasts until the end of the day, allowing any allied hero to leave creatures and artifacts there. If an enemy hero interacts with the entrance, it disappears, usable 1 time per day. I don't know what that's for. Foothold entrance can be created within 4 squares. Entrance lasts until the end of the next day. Okay, so let's just see what that does in a second here. We still have to fight this, don't we? It's 600 of those. That's fine. I think, didn't we need that for something? No. We don't need anything. We just... Yeah, that was the last piece of the Tranquil Glass, which fully restores your mana at the start of each day, which is cool. It's a cool ability. Hey. Did you have that? I didn't look at him. I think he had the guy that caused me to go berserk. That guy is very annoying. Void Dimension Door. I should be actually looking at this. Yeah, I lost a whole stack. I think I killed my whole stack with my own unit. Okay, so let's figure this out. You go step over here, learn the spell. Now you've learned it. And then we're going to cast Pocket Dimension here. Okay. Add units and artifacts to transfer them to another remote foothold. Another remote, and so we can destroy it. Okay, so do these last? Like, the dimension goes away, surely, but if I were to split one of these guys off... Units and artifacts. I thought... Oh, it's the units are down here. Those are the artifacts. I see. So units, artifacts, my lucky coin. Okay, so I've done that. And then that's going to hang out for a turn. But then you're in a town, so you're going to have the spell too. So Pocket Dimension. There they are. Okay. Which means I can literally just have everyone drop them into the dimension. Does that... I'm going to leave it there. Does the dimension retain them longer? Like, do they stay for multiple turns? Donnie asks, what's the replayability of the game? Is it a roguelike? This is before roguelikes were a thing. This is much more similar to the replayability of, say, another 4X game. I hesitate to use Civilization because it's not that type of 4X, but let's use it anyway. So Civilization is a sandbox, not a roguelike. Roguelikes are different every time you play. Sandboxes are different every time you play. So in that sense, there's a replayability in that it's different every time you play. But one of the things that makes roguelikes, at least modern roguelikes, different is like metagame progression, things like that. You know, permadeath I mean, if you lose the game, you're dead. You start over. Like that's not really part of it. But those sorts of unlocks and things that are known for modern roguelikes, that's not what this is. This is much more on the 4X side of things. But this is very replayable, very replayable. The maps, like you can pick a template of a map that can be similar each time, which I have picked the same template each time. Not every time, but multiple times on stream. But everything's in a different spot. Depending on the faction, it's different factions. Like that's the whole zone is completely different. And so there's similarities within the maps. Of course, there's going to be other types of maps. There's other types of, you can have custom maps that you can make. There's a campaign. There's a lot. Like I wouldn't say a campaign's replayable, but essentially I can play this map countless times and have a different experience every time. It'd be like playing the same map on Age of Empires or StarCraft or Warcraft. You know, those are RTSs. Again, wrong genre here. But you don't look at the map and be like, well, that's not very replayable because it's the same map every time. It's the experience on that map that's different every time. You know? And so this has a different experience every time, especially if you start doing multiplayer. And that's where like this can really shine because you can play this with friends. There's going to be a team mode added shortly. It's not out yet, but you can even play versus and just not attack each other. And there's plenty to do, right? Like the game has a lot for like. It took me like 8 hours in this map before it's just one of the biggest maps before I even met anyone. So there's plenty to do. All right, so I'm gonna wait. We're doing a little experiment here. I'm gonna just stay here, not go anywhere. I can maybe upgrade these things, but I want to see, does everything stay? We got an artifact, we got a unit. Does it stay till next turn when the thing disappears and I resummon it somewhere else? Saw that. That's yellow's base. I mean, I guess I could probably take it on. Did it just kill his army? Like, we're kind of in mop-up mode. Already visited. Already visited. What am I doing? Oh no. Oh, we already got that. Watching the game, it's hard to tell if you'd enjoy it. Looks like a little complex for your state of mind. That's fair, but I am playing, like I said, a very large and very rich map. There's way more going on this map and this game. I'm also on the second hardest difficulty than what you would need to be doing. In fact, I recommend to people when they're first starting out, you can play maps not only that are smaller and simpler, but that only give you one hero, along with the AI only getting one hero. And then it's much more like playing, a role-playing game. And that's fine. It's way simpler. I'm playing in a different sandbox. I'm in a different sandbox. There's many sandboxes to choose from. Una says there was a nice review of the game, which summed it up quite nicely. It's often in the game that you either become undefeatable very fast, or that you get crushed in an overwhelming force without chance to recover. I would say that's a fair assessment. We were talking earlier about the hardest difficulty, and how a lot of times it comes down to that first showdown with the AI. If you, it could be the first week, because the AI is so aggressive on the hardest difficulty. They'll show up and they'll just crush you with a huge army. I do like maps that have multiple opponents, because by beating one opponent, like the first army of the enemy opponent, you probably have beaten them entirely. Like, there's not really coming back. But with multiple opponents, there's another opponent to go fight. But you do get to steamroll. Like, that's currently the stage I'm in right now. But that's actually fairly common for most 4Xs. Maybe it's more obvious with this one. But if you think about it, any game of Civilization, usually by like mid-game, you already know if you've won. You just have to play it out. You already know. If you. Let's see. A lot of these are claimed, not that. I don't need to go in every last little thing. We're already kind of doing every last little thing. This. Somebody needed summon avatar earlier, and there it is. I don't really need to be collecting all these anymore, do I? We're truly just mopping up. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty typical of all 4Xs. That you get to the steamroll. It's quite nice in Stellaris, so you could potentially come back by redesigning your ships to other technologies, or by bribing the right ancients. Actually, one of my favorite games I've had of Stellaris, which is one of my favorite games of all time, for those who don't know. I spent the most time of that. The only rival time sink might be World of Warcraft. But Stellaris, I've actually had one of my favorite games was a game I lost, quote unquote lost. And it opened my eyes up to really how the game even works, because it's not like Civilization, where if you are getting attacked by a neighbor and they conquer your cities, it's game over. You lose the game. You're out. You can't do anything. In Heroes, right here, if I lose all my cities, game over. In Stellaris, depending on the way that you were conquered, instead of being if it's a devouring thing that's, you can't negotiate or whatever, you just get wiped out. Yes, that still happens. But most of the time, the AI will vassalize you. They'll want to make you their subservient, their tributary or something. And even the fallen empires, they will make you their subservience. Or like the Khan, the Great Khan, right? So what I learned in that game was you can actually thrive while losing a battle. Now you're under their wing, quote unquote, and you can actually build up your economy and base and overthrow them and have way more fun in the process, because you kind of dynamically created the story of I need to set my people free. And that's what we did. And actually, in that game, it was the Fallen Empire that conquered me. And there's a mechanic that I had never even seen. This is, of course, a while ago. It was years ago. There's a mechanic called Decadence. So the Fallen Empire was just obscenely powerful. But after a certain number of years, the decadence timer kind of kicked in, and they kind of fell back into a sleep instead of awakened state. And so I was able to rebel and throw off their shackles. It was really cool. Like, that's Star Wars is the only game that has anything like that. Yeah, Revolution. Like, it was just a cool experience. To where now, if the Khan awakens from one of the Marauder empires, and like again, still talking Stellaris here. If the Khan awakens, and if I'm right next to him, yeah, I'll just surrender. He's gonna die of old age, or he's gonna die in a battle soon enough anyway. I'll just surrender. Why waste my fleets? Why waste my troops, my planets? Don't let him conquer anything. Just surrender, and then in a few years I'll be free. I can just ignore it. Made me look at the whole game differently. It was really cool. We got another guy right here. Okay. Let's end our turn. So I think blue... Yeah, blue's gone. And there's only 2 left, and we're already in both of their bases, so this shouldn't be too much longer. You know what? We actually could hire them. I've got a slot. Sure. Oh, and you know what? Who's got... I've got 1,000. I've got 1,200. Who's got the goose eggs? Here we are. The golden goose eggs. I forgot about this. This one's level 6. You can level these up and get random wondrous rewards. This other one's only level 1. We haven't leveled it up yet. Level 10. Huh? Aha! 18 star children! Why? What is it? I don't even know what tier that is. Like, what is that? It's wondrous. Can I drop my 3 tier 6s? Sure. It was you. Okay. What are they? A tier 4. But they're ranged. It's so random. I don't know. Here, we're gonna town portal to this one. Get that and drop those off because you know what? You're not really. Okay. Oh yeah, we wanted to I'll recruit these things, but we wanted to test that spell because I was still figuring out that spell. So who's gonna do that? I cast the pocket dimension again. Is everything still there? It is. So I can just permanently throw everything in there and just recruit them whenever. Okay. And I can store all my resources in there and anyone can just sort of grab it. As long as it's level 4. Okay. That's okay. So for example, you can recruit all, grab everything, exit, and then just throw them in. This thing needs to be upgraded. I'll just leave it like that. Okay. Recruit all. Upgrade all. Okay. Don't, hold on. Where are you? Don't stay in the city like that. Oh, no, I used all my gold. We cast the pocket dimension. And then we, ooh, let's throw that in there. Why not? And then we throw all the units in there. I really hope there's not some mechanic that has this thing just get destroyed. Snuggling's like in the pocket dimension, yeah. Really, it's just a great place to put all my artifacts. But I didn't get... And we spent all of our gold. We're at 120,000 gold a turn, and it's not enough. It's of course not enough. Flying. Constant flight. Looks like... Looked like I was flying. Okay, that's their home city. Got the level. I still have movement. I think there's still a town down here. Honestly, even the gold mine probably isn't worth it. Ah! That might be worth it. We got more. Can I get you? Yes. Oh my. Another bow. The quiver too. And? Yay! Alright, I think yellow's done. Here, can I cast a pocket dimension? Throw some of that in there. Nothing personal. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we throw that on. Put these in here. I mean, do I bother, though? Because we can just kind of be done soon. Not going to do every last thing. Give you the movement. Ooh, producing the endless bag is great. And you know what? Let's get reinforced. Why not? Got things to do. I do need everyone to get to level 4, and to do that, I could easily just go. I could teleport them around, but we're almost done. Almost done. Just go park in a town. You're level 3, so I can't really recruit much, but I can recruit some. And I can send you over to here. Now you're 4, which means you've learned your pocket dimension. Throw stuff in there. And we can equip stuff. Here, have some wings. Equip stuff. Oh, that goes instead of the wings. Oh, no. Whatever. Okay. I think you're stuck over here now. So there is that. Already visited. We're done moving. What were you doing? Are you already flying? Oh, what was he doing? Hello. It's his starting city. Okay. So we might be done in 3 turns. Really nice about the human towns is that they have the line of sight bonus. Nobody's explored this. I guess he was eliminated early on and the AI didn't bother. Okay. Should be the last town right up here. Well, not the last town, but the town going this direction now. Town portal! Back here. Go the other way. And the other one. Got both ends in one turn. Not bad, not bad. Alright, we're just gonna end turn, right? Like what I can do is I can throw my stuff in a dimensional portal here. So that way it might be useful for somebody. Get to a town? Same. Nope. But you're only level 3. Fix that. Have a level. Pocket dimension. Put all your stuff in there. Okay. Some reinforcements. Neat. All right. There's a hero. A wild hero has appeared. Okay, I think you are going to be the one to go get that because the other one's already in the middle of a conquest. Okay. Fog. Gotta be this way then. It's unclaimed. I suspected. They even build anything here? Not really. Not really. Maybe they've got towns in the middle. Like, we just never explored the middle. I know we have one town, so there's surely more towns out there. Let's see what the improvements on this are. Mana cost, foothold, entrance, created 4 squares, entrance lasts until the end of the next day. It's fine. What does this do? Portal until the end of the day, allowing any hero to travel through it. Entries from any free adjacent space and exit at any free space within 5 tiles. 1 times per day. So this is like a dimensional portal, like it's like Dimension Door, but multiple heroes can use it? Is I guess the gimmick here? Let's just unlock it. I gotta find it. I have to go to a town. I don't know it yet. There's a town. Can't get there yet. Oh well, game's over next turn. You can't learn it yet, can you? You can. Okay, so you've learned it. Gate of Light. Gate. And then it exits that far, huh? I guess it can teleport over walls. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, so... Neat. Yeah, that's my least favorite one. My least favorite one. Yeah, you can teleport over walls, and more than one hero can go through. You can have a whole bunch of guys go through, so it's mana efficient. But the fact that it's not like from here to the other side of the map. Is it 2 ways? It is 2-way. Okay. I don't like it. I'm not spending points on it. There's better things. All right, I think the AIs both die here. Yeah, they do. Nice. Very nice.